from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man, see the special man. You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Kajun Roots, Johnny understands. Johnny understands. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man, see the special man. I say, I say, I say. Who says I say, I say? Johnny says I say, I say. When everyone says no, Johnny say yes. Special man.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana.
I got my coffee, I got my dollars, and I'm looking for deals. Am I at the right place?
I say, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
Bless you, my child. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sister Mary Agnes. You may have heard about me from my friend Cajun Roots Reseller, Johnny. I met Johnny many years ago when he was purchasing furniture from Frankie and Johnny's in Louisiana. They were not going to give him credit, and I vouched for him. I said, let him have it with no problem. He's got the dollars. See the special man.
Let him have it with no problem.
Johnny understand. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. I say,
I'm Johnny's Dough Girl. I'm here to say subscribe, hit the bell, not my belly button, and share out his shows. Always give him a thumbs up. You can even become a member. Buy him a coffee and follow his other channels like the cooking shows, my favorites, his fur babies, and more. Leave a comment. And when you watch a video, you're showing him your support.
Hi, I was looking for some jewelry. I'm going to be getting married soon. No, I don't have any credit.
Well, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, if you own a fixed income, even if it's on a sale, in the Cajun Roots Reseller eBay store, guess what? Send an offer. We'll let you have it with no problem.
Johnny has many auctions, chat shows, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and best is Monday night bingo, where it's all free and you can win prizes. All are welcome, but there's no drama or negativity tolerated on any of his channels. Now go, child, with my blessings. Watch Cajun Roots Reseller. Love always. Be kind to one another and have a blessed day.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man, see the special man. You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Kajun Roots, Johnny understands. Johnny understands. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man.
Hello, good morning and welcome. It could be afternoon for some of you because you may not have been to bed yet, but hello, good morning and welcome. And it is currently 56 degrees. I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning and it was 48 degrees. It's been nice outside. Also want to mention that if you happen to see Vintage Jewels, Gems, and Pearls, Margie's birthday today, as well as Shirley. Miss Shirley's birthday is today as well. First in the chat today is Regina. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Craig. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Angela. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Scarlett. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are y'all doing? Good to see y'all. And Terry. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are y'all doing? And Kawanda. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? There's Carol. Hello, good morning and welcome, Carol. How are you doing? Good to see you. Little Debbie. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Jennifer, hello, good morning and welcome. And there's Robert. Hello, good morning and welcome again. Good morning, hello and welcome. Miss Denise, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Angie's Oddities, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And welcome. Let's see here. Getting through the chat. Nothing to see there. Miss Denise. Jennifer's already dropping those links. Check out those channels. And Robin, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And we are caught up. Also, don't forget this weekend, this Sunday, I will be on with Buffalo Picker with Defend the Hustle, and that's at 7:30 on Buffalo Picker's channel. And Monday will be our last bingo night, and that starts at 4:30. Also, don't forget to make sure you make it to the Hump Day auction this Wednesday coming. There is going to be some major announcements that's going to happen for September. And also this Thursday, I will be on with the Mollywood Squares, and that starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tracy Cake Coffee and Shop. And the next weekend, Saturday, the 30th, we'll have the Reseller Community Shop Hop, and my video will be on the Cajun Roots Resellers Adventures channel, kicking it off. If you would like to be on next month's September 27th, I do have 4 spots left. Just make sure you do email me and make sure you send it to CajunRootsReseller@gmail.com. And in the subject line, let me know which one you want to be on because I do have 2 spots left. And that's at 4:15 or 4:45 on the community cell. That is for those who are members of the channel. I'm not letting my recent That's right. I didn't say nothing. That is true. Keep Carol in your thoughts and prayers. Hopefully you get to take care of that soon, Carol, with your health. Health is always important. All right. That goes with the calendar of events. And we're going to get started because there's a lot of great things that people had sent in. And my first item, I got some things to show you from Glamor's Closet, Swamp Picker Glenn, Cheryl Beige and Jim, and Becky's Vintage and more. Then, of course, I have some things I'm going to share with you that I sold. Let's see here. Yes, she'll be okay. Becky, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? So yeah, keep Carol in your thoughts and prayers as she's going through some issues right now that she's got to take care of. All right. So as y'all know, every Friday we do this thing called the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? Remember, there is no right or wrong answers. It's just a matter of if you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it might sell for. Again, some people may say I'll buy it and keep it. Some say I'll pass, which we know Craig always passes on everything. But that's okay. It leaves it for us, right? And I just saw Cheryl come in. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Cheryl. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And thank y'all for sending those items in for the show today. So without further ado, let's get started.
It's time for everybody's favorite segment where we ask, would you buy it or would you leave it? The game show that asks, when you're out and about sourcing, would you buy it for resale? How much you would pay for it? Or would you leave it? And now the host of Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It, Johnny Cajun Roots Reseller.
That's right. All right, let me just share my screen. We'll switch the setup here and get us started. All right, this first item brought to you by Glamor's Closet. This is a Mont Blanc tan crocodile embossed leather belt. It is 41.5 inches long to the first hole, and it is about approximately 32.5 inches from the belt, from the last hole, I believe. of the first hole. This is, and that's not counting the belt buckle. Down to the last hole, it's actually 37.5 inches. All right, slightly worn. Here's your pictures. I think she might have brought this up to auction at one time. I believe. It looks familiar. But she listed it. There's the measurements. Would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you pay for it and how much you think it might have sold for. Yep, Craig already leaving it. Look at it. Before we showed the first one. Scarlett says pick it up for $3 and sell it for $69. You and that 69, girl. Glenn, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? I love that song, Carol. Great motivation. Oh, yeah, for the comments you made. Let's see. Yes, it's Friday. That's right. Friday. I have been diagnosed with the modern. Yep, there it is. It wasn't my place to say, but there she is. Robert says, leave it. Angie says, leave it. Denise says, I'd pick this up for $1 and sell it for $25. Carol says, buy it for $5 and sell it to $55. I would definitely buy this. It's not that often you come across those type of brand names because that's a high luxury brand. Anyone else would like to take a guess at this? Regina says she would pick it up for $3 and sell it for $30. Yeah, I would definitely pick this one up. And Becky says, leave it because I don't sell belts or clothing. Yes, Carol does. I understand that, Becky. Anyone else? Cheryl says, I would pick this up for $2 and sell it for $150. Yeah, I would definitely pick this one up if I found it for a good price. It's not that often you find these when you're going out sourcing. Yeah, this is definitely a high brand name. High end. Yeah. But I never find them. Nope. But I would pick it up if I would to find this somewhere. Michael, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And Glenn says, leave it. Good morning, Gina. Thank you for the package. I got it in yesterday. Or was it the day before yesterday? Might have been day before yesterday. Yeah, it was day before yesterday. But I got it. Thank you. Little Debbie says, pick this up for $2 and sell it for $30. And Danielle, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. All right, so Grandma's had paid $5 for this at a yard sale. She bought it for $5, and she did sell it for, on Posh, she sold it for $120. Picked it up for $5 at a yard sale. Becky says she's getting close to 500, y'all. Oh, I just saw Terry's comment. Terry said she'd pick it up for $1 and sell it for $65. Well, I must pick this up at a yard sale for $5. And it is a company that is known for pins and luxury brand items. Yes, Wowzer is right. Yep. And Jeffrey, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. I saw you come in right there. Good morning. Good to see you. Welcome. That was a great buy. Yep. Randy, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Yes, she is. Yes, they do. Especially with that brand name. Like I said, I've never found one, but yeah. Let's help Bucky get to 500. Yes. Check and see if y'all following her. All right. My next item to show is from, let me get this up and change my thing here and close that tab. Let's see, Glamours. Where did we go? Okay. Next is from Cheryl. Cheryl sent this in. This is 12 hot and cold faucet handle silver tone shower curtain hooks. A lot of 12. Let's see. Yep, they're your typical 12 shower curtain rod holder, your curtain holders. Hot and cold. Set of 12, which I think is pretty cool. Would you buy these or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it might have sold for? Colleen, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And I did reply to your email early this morning. You might check and see because I think it went through this morning. I'm going to consider a good sleep. 2 a.m. Okay. I was just waking up. Let's see. I just put the big old ham bone in bean. Ooh. Regina says, I'd pick this up for $1 and sell it for 20. Denise says, I'd pick this up for $1 and sell it for 22. Glenn says, I'd pick this up for $2 and sell it for 25. I thought they were. Yeah, those are shower curtains, hooks. Carol says, pick this up for $1 and sell it for 45. Becky says, I would leave it. I'm sorry, missed your live last night. Robert says, I would leave it. Angie says, I would pick this up for $2 and sell it for 15. Carol got her speaker. Angela says, I would pass. And how are you doing today, Angela? I don't know if I said hello to you earlier, but hello, good morning, and welcome. Yeah, that's the best thing. You always can go back and watch it again. Jennifer says, pass. Gina says, pass. I would pick these up. I've sold shower curtains before, the hooks. Yeah. All right, let me get to the email. Okay. Let's see here. Terry says she would pass. Yeah, Randy, we've been in the 40s in the morning. Yes, they're metal, not plastic. Yes. They are metal. These are not plastic. These are metal. Any other guess? Cheryl said she picked these up at a Goodwill. She paid $5 for the lot of 3 different sets. So she bought a whole set that had 3 different sets in the lot for $5. It took about a month and a half to sell. Not bad if you bought 3 of them for 3 sets for $5. She sold them for $22.99. So that one already put her in the profit for the other 2. Not bad. You don't hardly ever see that too much at Goodwill with that. And Carol made a comment to me yesterday about there's going to be a Goodwill bins and store opening up in Rhode Island coming soon. I think she said the 27th, right, Carol? Next Wednesday? Oh, it passed because they would be tangled up in the Ziploc bag. Yes, indeed. And yes, it is held in New York for every reason. Follow your hands. I'm not sure what that means. Nice flip. Yeah, it is. And she only paid $5 for a set of 3 of these. 3 different sets. Tina, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. All right, this next item is coming in with, thank you, Glenn, for sending in the next item. Glenn sent this one in. This is a vintage little Oscar by Coleman, number 5272, cooler orange lid cup holder from 1982. Cute. I guess when you flip it over, it might have a cup holder on the top, is what I'm thinking. Yep. Has 2 cup holders, actually. Nice and clean. Made in USA in Kansas. I never could understand the little clock thing on the date thing on the bottom of it. I guess that's when they made them, which is pretty cool. All right, let's see here. All right, this is where I was. Glenn says we had a new Goodwill open in Baton Rouge, near Baton Rouge. Awesome. All right, Miss Denise says pick this up for $5 and sell it for $32. Beckett says pick it up for $2 and sell it for $25. Angela says I'd pick this up for $5 and sell it for $75. Am I on the right one? Glenn, you sent me 2 items, but one of them does not have a link, and I'm not sure what it is. I just noticed that. The second item you sent me did not show up with a link, just a picture. Just to let you know if you want to send it in for next week. I'm just noticing that now. Robert says pick this up for $5 and turn it into $25. Regina says pick it up for $3 and sell it for $45. Angie says I'd pick that up for $5 and sell it for $25. Terry says I'd pass. Oh, Susanna, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, that second item you sent me I didn't have a link for it. So if you would send it to me for next week and I'll show it next week. Let's see. Glenn picked this up at a garage sale for $2. He did take an offer. Wow. Okay. Picked it up for $2 at a garage sale and sold it for an offer for $16.87. The shipping was $14.95 on it. It was close by. Interesting. Wow. Hetty, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Still in all, that's a good pick. Yeah, the second one, I don't have a link for it. Hetty, it's good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you. All right, the next item, which I will now go to, I believe came in from Cheryl. I'll leave that one stored for now. Cheryl's item that's coming up evidently must have been part of that set that she just showed us. I'm not sure. Where did it go? Oh, right here. There we go. All right, this next item is another set of shower curtain curtain holders, the hooks, Giants shower curtain hooks, set of 12. Interesting, but I wouldn't do that in my bathroom. But you got those die-hard fans. These must be made out of resin. All right, would you buy these or would you leave it? If you were, what would be the most you pay for it and how much you think it might have sold for? All right, so these were not with the same set she just showed us. A different set. After reading the email. All right, let's see here. Robert says, pick this up for $2 and sell it for $25. Ms. Denise says, I would pass. Regina says, I'd pick it up for $2 and sell it for $25. Becky says, pass. Leave it. Don't have nothing to do with it. Little Debbie says, I'll pick it up for $1 and sell it for $25. And Gate Smasher, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. I would buy them for any price and gift it to my man friend who lives in New York, football Giants. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Gift it. Gina says, I would pick them up if they were glass. Okay. Yeah, they were definitely made out of resin. Let's see. Okay. Everybody's saying hello to each other. All right, so Cheryl picked these up at a Goodwill Bins over 2 years ago. She had them sitting on her shelf, so she finally got them listed. She paid 99 cents for these. 99 cents for the set. And she sold them for $18. Although that says 18. $18. Not bad. All right, let me get to the next one. Close that tab. Now this next item is a set of 2 cereal bowls, Rice Krispies, and Frosted Flakes, a set of 2. Here's the pictures. They look like they're made out of porcelain. 1999. Nice size bowls. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. Toasty time. Everybody saying hello, good morning, and welcome. Okay. I'm waiting for the chat to update in my stream. All right, Tina says pick these up for $3 and turn it into $30. Tina said, Terry says pick it up for $2 and sell it for $22. Denise says pick this up for $4 and sell it for $29. Nice size coffee mug cup. Yeah, that could be a coffee mug if you need it. Becky says pick it up for $2 and sell it for $20. Jennifer says pick it up for $2 and sell it for $20. Great minds think alike. I would definitely pick these up if it was a good price. I knew Robert was going to say that. Robert said pay $2 and keep it. Stats, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Pick it up for $3 and sell it for $40. From 1999. And let me see something here. Okay. Anyone else would pick this up? And if you were, what would be the most you pay for it? How much you think it might have sold for? Good morning, Cajun. It's that 1999. It's the year 1999. They were made in 1999. Let me go to the pictures. The date on them is 1999. Yeah, you don't have to use those just for that brand of cereal. No. Andrew says pick these up for $3 and sell it for $20. Captain Crunch, you can put whatever you want in it. And Regina says I'd pick this up for $2 and sell it for $30. Anyone else would like to throw some numbers in of if you would buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it might have sold for? Ice cream only. Terry says ice cream. All right. So Regina picked these up at her favorite place, Goodwill. She paid $2 a piece for these. It did take 2 months to sell, but she sold them for $24.99. Jennifer, that is forbidden by the God. I love it. Susie, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. There she is. All right. And that was sent in by Cheryl. My next item I'm going to bring up to show is from Cheryl. And this is a word lock, quick release lock for your bike. It is keyless. It is a quick release 6-foot bike keyless lock. New in package. I'll show you the pictures. You got to remember what words you put in it, right? You got to figure out what words you want to use. A 3-level security. It even shows you how to do it. So in other words, you'd have to pick 3 different words, it looks like, for the highest security. Let's see here. And get back to the chat. Auntie Mama, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Angie says, I would pass. Stat says, pick it up for 2 and sell it for 15. Looks familiar. She sold this one before too. Yeah, she must have had several. Becky says, pick this up for $1 and sell it for 20. Denise says, pick it up for 2 and sell it for 19. Terry says, I would pass. And Regina says, I'd pick this up for $2 and sell it for 15. Yeah, she sold one of these in the past, about a month or so ago. It should have been blue. Oh. The link that I pulled up that you sent me came up with this one. For some reason. Let me open it back up again and see. Oh, I know why. It wouldn't open. That's why. Yeah. It said it was out of stock. Yeah. It wouldn't give me, and I went to your page. That's what it was. Currently sold out is all it gave me. So it should have been blue, not red. The other one she had was red. Robert says, pick it up for $1 and sell it for 15. So again, this was actually a blue, not a red. I just pulled the wrong one from her page because it didn't give me the link when I linked it. When I went to open it. So I went into your platform and got it. To your page. All right, so she picked this up at a church rummage sale for $3. It took less than 10 days to sell, and she sold it for $21.99. Still not bad. All right, and this next item coming up, it was sent in by Becky's Vintage and More. And let me get that one pulled up. And I hope I say this right, but it's a Hagen Renaker ceramic Swan Lake family set of 6. Signet with adults. I'm definitely butchering that name. All right, we'll show you the pictures. I don't know nothing about that name. I definitely butchered that one. It's in excellent condition. And it's got a family of 6. Go back up. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. That'd be greatly appreciated. Robert got it cheaper than me. That's right, Becky. This is Becky's. All right, Randy says, buy it for 5 and sell it for 100. Angie says, buy it for 5, but sell it for 35. Baby Swan. Okay. I don't know about that. Robert says, pick it up for $1 and sell it for 30. Now, if I found this somewhere, I would definitely pick it up. I've never heard of that brand before, but I would definitely pick it up. Denise says, pick it up for 5 and sell it for 125. Regina says, pick it up for 10 and sell it for 65. Actually, 6 with the babies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, it is. You're right. Jennifer says, pick it up for 3 and sell it for 30. Gina says, pick this up for 5, but sell it for 60. Tara says 2, and keep it for my cats to knock it off the table. That's about right, right? Robin says pick this up for 2 and sell it for $29.99. Actually, there's another one back here. There's one here on the back portion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is back here in the waves or bushes or whatever. And then you got the mama. Yeah, on the shoreline up here. Right up here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the mother. Put your glasses on. Let's see. I only see 5. Stat says I'd pick this up for 2 and sell it for $25. Yep, on the Upper Banks. Put your glasses on. Scarlett, you better watch it, girl. She said, put your glasses on. Girl, better watch what you say with Jennifer. You don't even put in no corner. Yeah, I had to take a double take to that one too. It's actually pretty cool. All right. Let me get back to the email so I can see the information she included. Oh, it only took 2 days to sell. Wow. That is awesome, Becky. All right. She picked this up at an antique mall for $5.95. And she did take and sell it for, now mind you, it only took 2 days to sell. 2 days to sell. And she sold it for full asking price of $75. And she only paid $5.95 at an antique store, an antique mall. I love shopping like that. I would definitely picking that one up. Yep. She only paid $5.95 for it. $5.95. All right. Next, we have up. This is Netflix Transformer War Cybertron. It is a Transformer. New and sealed in box. It comes with different collections in the series. I don't have a year on this one, do I? Nope, this one did not have a year. Yep, 2020. This is from 2020. New sealed. Would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it might have sold for? Great. Offer worked. The pond is itself. The pond by itself was sold for $39. Wow. Yep, exactly. Denise says pick this up for 2 and turn it into 25. And that's why we like doing this on Fridays when you're going out sourcing. You may see something like this. Oh, yeah, I remember that sold for. Well, yeah, I remember that one. Ah, you had the inside info. Ah, okay. Becky says pick this up for 5 and sell it for 35. Stat says pick this up for 5 and sell it for 25. Robert says pick it up for 2 and sell it for $20. It's a me, Angie. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And Terry says pass. Leave it. Regina says leave it. This time, but making recommendations better than I would sell. Okay. Transfer is more than meets the eye. Yep. Cheryl says pick this up for 7 and sell it for 40. Jennifer says pass. Now this one I did take an offer. Any other guess? I did take an offer on this one. Jennifer's talking in code. Nah, I understand what she's saying. Well, this one I got for free. As y'all know, with Tommy Buffalo Picker, when he does Defend the Hustle every Sunday, he does a lot of giveaways. This is where I got this one from. It was a giveaway from Tommy, Buffalo Picker. I got it for free. And I sold it with an offer to somebody sent me an offer and asked me if I would take it. And I said, yes, I would let you have it with no problem. And I had it listed for $26.35 and I sold it with an offer for $20. Yes, it was free to me from Tommy Buffalo Picker. He took the $20 offer. I sure did. With a good heart. Yep. Cheryl says, I started to say that. Marlene, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. There she is. All right, this next item up to show. Sold on Etsy, by the way. This is the Hot Wheels Red Line Classic Nomad Vintage Collections 1 out of 1/64 inch die-cast car and button. This little thing here is actually a button. In metallic pink. Red line. There's the front view. The back view. The button. So would you buy this or would you leave it? And if you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it might have sold for? Robert says, pick it up for $1 and sell it for $10. Nomad Memories, 1978. That's right. Ms. Denise says, pick it up for $1 and sell it for $15. Tara says, I'd pick it up for $1 and sell it for $15 as well. Tina says, I'd pay $2, but sell it for $16. Regina says, I'd pick this up for $2 and sell it for $15. Anyone else would like to take a guess? Would you buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? This one also I got for free. Someone sent me a care package with a lot of stuff like this, and this was one of them. My cost, $0. It was free, gifted to me. And I sold it for, on Etsy, for $29.86. $29.86. All right, now we'll move on to the next item. This sold on eBay. This is Alex Toys Kid Connections Silly Spills Science Kit for ages 6 and above. It was new sealed. New sealed. Easy for kids to make. 4 different gags. Pranks. Things like that. It had everything you needed to do this. Sealed. And by the way, this was from 2010. Moody Monster Manor. They got a download thing where you can download for your phone. All right, let's see what the chat is saying here. Nice. Wowzer. Great. Bread and butter. Yep. Robert said he would pass. Tara says pass. Stat says I'd pick this up for $1 and sell it for $7. Angie says pass. Yeah. Regina says leave it. Would anyone else would like to take a guess? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Or would you just leave it? Cheryl says, I'd pick this up for $2 and sell it for $16. Well, this one I picked up at a flea market. It did take a while to sell, which is okay. I paid 50 cents for it at a flea market. 50 cents. Leave it is an option. It's always been an option. If you buy it or leave it, yeah, that's what the whole thing was on the show on Fridays. Either you buy it or you leave it. If you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it, how much you think it sold for. Most people would, you can leave it. You don't have to buy it. Yeah. It's just things like that we do every Friday. It's always been, would you buy it or would you leave it? Yep, every Friday. Well, this one I paid 50 cents for it at a flea market. Brand new sealed. And it sold it for full asking price. I would leave it, Robin says. Oh, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Super flea would leave it, Robin says. That says, I never leave one. I never left one yet. All right, so this one I picked it up for 50 cents at a flea market and sold it for the full asking price of $19.42. All right, this next item. This is called Brinks. It's the Dust Till Dawn Activated Replacement Photo Cell for an outdoor floodlight. It's the activation one that you just replace on the top of your device for the light. That's all it is. Would you buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, how much would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it might have sold for? New and sealed is hard to walk away from when it's cheap enough. Exactly, and I do that a lot. Oh, you a hoarder now? Oh, that is a cool deal. Yep, $19.42 is what it sold for. Robert says pick this up for $1 and sell it for 10. Tina says pick this up for $1 and sell it for 15. Andy says I'd pick it up for 4 and sell it for 30. Stat says I would leave it. Now, Tina, how she said bread and butter, this is definitely bread and butter in my case. Regina says pick this up for 3 and sell it for 35. And I did have 3 of these in stock. Anyone else would like to take a guess? Carol says pick this up for 2 and sell it for 75. I like your way of thinking. Oh, no, Vegemite. No. This one I picked up at Wally World on clearance for $4.50. And I sold it for $15.97. I paid $4.50 and sold it for $15.97. And then now I'm out of stock because somebody just recently, yesterday, bought 2 of them. The last 2 I had. Not the same buyer. But yeah, the other 2 already sold after this one sold. So, let's see here. You got a drink to use it. Like I lost out. Oh, you're good. No, that's all good. All right, this next item. This one is a vintage 1970s chocolate brown genuine eel skin shoulder bag purse suede liner on the inside. Excellent condition. There was no call outs. Ella. Hello, good morning and welcome, Ella. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Yes, eel, E-E-L, eel skin. Inside the bag is a suede liner. Excellent condition. That was a bad picture of the handles. The zipper has a little discoloration. There's the inside. Genuine eel, made in Korea. Made in Korea. It was clean. When I say clean, I mean clean. All right, would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you think it would sell for? And how much would be the most you'd pay for it? Let's see. Robert says, leave it for Johnny. Regina says, pick this up for 20 and sell it for 130. Gina says, pick this up for 2 and sell it for 35. Coffee table back at you, Ella. This was stuff back in the 90s. Johnny's will be on Buffalo Picker this Sunday. There it is. Yes, it was. Jennifer says, I would leave it. Miss Denise says, I'd pick this up for 5 and sell it for 125. Angie says, I would pass. Randy says, snap it up if cheap enough for 5 and sell it for 75. Now, when I looked this one up, I could not find any that actually sold, but I did find a couple that were listed. So I went a little under their price. Yeah, I was okay with that. And this one only took a couple of weeks to sell. I don't know about eel-skin purses, but wallet wipe out your mag strips on a debit card. Yeah, this one was lined with suede. The inside was lined with suede. Anywho, I bought this on a Posh live show for $12. Yes, I did. And again, I bought it for $12 on Posh Live. Sold it for $38.25. It only took 3 weeks to sell. All right. This next item up to show. This is the Adventure Force Ultimate Shark City Carriage. It is, it came with 1, 2, 3, I think 4 or 5 Hot Wheel cars. It's 2.5 inches tall. The Ultimate City Garage Diecast Track Playset. New sealed. New sealed. It had 5 different parking garage levels. It also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars included. There's all the cars that was included. $101 pieces, includes 5 die-cast vehicles requiring adult assembly. It also required 3 AAA batteries, which were not included. It has the little shark thing at the bottom right here. There's the garage gate. And there's some kind of wrecking ball that came with it. So would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Marvelous. It reminds me of a raisin. Yeah, it did, huh? Jennifer, through the grapevine. Through the grapevine. Money's, let's see. Carol says, pick this up for 2 and sell it for 45. Robert says 3 and tempted to keep it, but sell it for 35. You know what's funny about this one, Robert? You were with me when I bought it. Robert says, pick it up for 3 and sell it for 35, or he's tempted to keep it. Regina says, pick it up for 5 and sell it for 55. I would pick it up for 10 and play with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Michael says, pick it up for 5 and sell it for 25. Well, thank you, Kawanda, for coming in and joining us. It's always great to see you. I am here. Millie Sarah's songwriting record. Yep, there you go. Angie says, pick this up for 8 and sell it for 40. Babies would have fun. Cheryl says, pick this up for, she says, $7 and sell it for 35. Jennifer. Denise says, pick this up for 10 and sell it for 65. This one, I know Robert was with me when I picked it up. This one I picked up at Wally World on clearance for $19.95 on clearance at Wally World. And it sold for, now I did take an offer. I had it listed for $89.95. And I took an offer for $80. I took the offer for $80. They sent me the offer and I accepted. I let them have it with no problem. I sure did. Robert. You get so much at Walmart. I think you want to play with it now. Yeah, right? Yeah. Got it on clearance for $19.95 and sold it for $80. I did take an offer. I had it listed for $89.95. They sent me the offer and I let them have it with no problem. All right, this next item is also from eBay. This is a set of 3 power clip, multi-purpose clip for like your chips, your baby's pacifiers, or basically anything. These are multi-purpose clips. Cat face, set of 3. Set of 3. And of course, made in China. Would you buy these or would you leave it? If you were to buy, what would be the most you pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Oh, let's see, where was I at? Wow, very nice. Congratulations. Thank you, Tina. Awesome. Danielle, yep. Robert, Johnny. Yes, I sure do. Carol says, pick this up for $1 and sell it for 15. One and keep it. Those are better than those of ours. Yeah. Carol stole my answer. Oh, how rude, huh? Miss Denise says, I'd get it for free, pick it up for free and sell it for $12.99. And wait till you see the showstopper for the day. Jennifer says, leave it. The last of the show will show you a big showstopper of what sold this week. I have another one that's going in for next week. Regina says, pick it up for $1 and sell it for 19. Angie says, pick it up for 50 cents and sell it for $15. Ellen, hello, good afternoon, morning, and welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. You've been waiting for the showstopper. It's coming up next. Every time I get a certain kind of sale, I don't tell Robert. If I know he's off that Friday, I don't tell him. So he's waiting patiently for it. Mary, hello, good morning, and welcome. Mary says, I pick it up for $1 and sell it for 12. Well, this item I picked up in a bulk buy. As y'all know, sometimes you catch deals with Ella where she'll fill a backpack, a school backpack or a backpack. That's where I got this from. It was from Ella. It was in a backpack, and this was stuffed in that backpack with a whole bunch of other stuff. So my cost, $1.52 for everything I purchased in that lot from Ella. You know what it is? Yep, you will see. And I did pick this up from Ella for $1.52 in a backpack bulk buy that she basically loads up her backpacks and then starts it, and I bought it. So my cost was $1.52, and I did sell this one for full asking price of $12.95. Now, for the showstopper, I'm waiting to see if Robin does recognize this item because I bought this from her. Another full backpack coming soon. Ooh, I love those, Ella. Yep, I love buying those from her. Another one coming soon, y'all. All right. Now, this next item sold on Poshmark. I listed this item, and it sold within 3 hours of me listing it. Damn you, Johnny. All right. And it only sold 3 hours after I listed it. This is a marked, stamped, and tested Tiffany & Company 925 sterling silver necklace and pendant. The pendant is God Loves You. And it is a vintage from the 1970. This came out in 1970. And it is Tiffany and Company, sterling silver, marked 925, sterling, tested, and it was sold in 3 hours. Here's the pictures. I did not clean it. I left the patina on it. All right, there's the close-up of it. And I tried getting all the close-ups, like here's your Tiffany and Company right here. The other tag had a signature, the designer, 925 right here. There's the name up close. I could not make it out. There's the 925. Tiffany and Company. Again, the name again. And then I made sure to show Tiffany and Company, sterling silver. There's the close-up. They had some tarnishing on it, but I did not clean it. I left it as is. The necklace was 18 inches. No, 20 inches. So would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Melissa, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. 3 hours. Yep, it took 3 hours to sell from the time I listed it. No worries, Robin. We all do that. But I will say in a few minutes where I got it from and why I bought it. If Johnny buys from me and makes a good deal, I got my money. Yep, that's how I feel too. Mary says, pick it up for $15 and sell it for $55. Tara says, pick it up for $10 and sell it for $165. Hold on, Robin. You got to go through the motions. Gina says, pick it up for $15 and sell it for $200. Robert says, pick it up for $20 and sell it for $200. The middleman, that's right. Denise says, pick it up for $25 and sell it for $225. I have more. Wait till you. I bet you could be listing the rest of these. What does it say? It says the name. I can't make out the signature, but it does say sterling silver, 925, and it is got a signature on the hand, and I could not make out the signature. Little Debbie says pick it up for $6 and sell it for $150. Robin says $25 and sell it for $230. You sold it for how much? I didn't show it yet. Robin says 25. Robin. 360 to 400. Becky says 25 into 500. Regina says 30 into turn it into 175. Buy it for $3, not silver, and sell it for 25. It is silver. It's 925. Sterling silver. That's right. Nope. Yep, it was for the benefit show for Michael Angry Otter for the Texas Relief. Yes, it's Tiffany and Company. It is sterling, yes. Yes, I did buy this on the Texas Relief Fund that was on Mark's channel for Michael for Texas Relief. That's where I bought this from. Sorry, it's not pretty. I would have to walk away. Anything Tiffany and Company, I'll pick it up. That is why you list things yourself, people. If Johnny buys something, you know it's a good item. Don't miss out. Yeah, and again, it was for a good cause. I thought you said Tiffany. Yeah, it's Tiffany and Company. Susie says pick it up for $25 and sell it for $229. Sterling, yes, sterling, and it's 925 marking and sterling silver. $10 into 100. Yeah, but you never know. Somebody may be looking for it. It sure was. 3 hours later, it sold. 360 to 500. All right, so I did buy this again on the Texas Relief Fund flood relief that was held on Mark and Mike's channel. And I did pay $25 for it from Robin. It was for a good cause. Nobody wanted it, so I claimed it in the chat. I got it. I listed it 3 hours. This took 3 hours to sell from the time I listed it. And it sold for full asking price $264. $264, full asking price, 3 hours after listing it. That is your showstopper for the night, for the day. Yeah. It only took 3 hours to sell. And now, mind you, I listed it on eBay on Saturday. Sunday morning, I came in and cross-posted it to Poshmark. And from the minute it hits listed, 3 hours later, it sold. Full asking price. Yeah. Yep. Full asking price. No offer. Full asking price. And that is the big showstopper for the week. I got another one for next week, too. Yeah. That's right, Robin. Start listing or I'll be buying them from you, too. Good morning, TZ. How are you doing? Good morning. Hello and welcome. It's the blue ribbon one. Start listing. Yes. And again, don't look at it as though it's ugly. Look at it because it's Tiffany and Company. It was from 1970. The year from that was 1970. Help me get my printer working. There you go. But yeah. That's right. You never know. All right, it is that time for me to start dropping links in the chat. Remember, we do this every Friday. Expensive things. And again, you never know unless you list it. Don't be afraid to spend a little extra for something like that. Because, yeah, that was a little bit much. Again, it was for a good cause, but also I knew what I was going to get when I bought it. Because that's one thing about Tiffany and Company and sterling silver. It doesn't stay long in my stores, no matter what platform I sell it on and list it on. But I'm just amazed how it took 3 hours and it sold for full asking price. Yep, exactly, Michael. That one was from 1970. There's certain pieces they only make at certain times, and that's it. They don't make any more, and that's happened to be one of them. And if you notice, it did not have the Tiffany bag with it. It was just a necklace. And the lady already got it and left me a 5-star review on how well it was packed, item as described, and everything. Yeah. It was actually pretty cool. All right. There's all the links in the chat. If you would like to come on up, the link is pinned momentarily to the top of the chat. You're more than welcome to come on up. I'll promote your channel for anything you may have going on. Vintage Tiffany. That's right, Michael. That is so true. I bought a little white figurine for $5 when I got it. Looked it up. One sold for $900 in Europe, and I'm not selling it. There you go. And Melinda, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how sweet, Zane. Hope you had a great birthday. All right, Mary, thank you all so much for coming in, and always great to see you. There's my other channel. Thank you, Jennifer. That was a designer, Tiffany and Company. Oh. That's what it was. I couldn't make out the name. Yep. But it sold, and I didn't even put the name in it. I just took a close-up of it, of the tag. Yep. And thank y'all for sending in those items for today's show. Don't forget we do this every Friday. If you would like to have any items featured on Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It for next Friday, make sure you send me those emails in by 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll pull it and make sure it's ready for the show. And again, that link is at the top of the chat. If anybody would like to come on up and promote your channel, you're more than welcome to come on up. Does anybody have anything you would like to promote that you have going on this weekend? Let us know in the chat. Jennifer's dropping links. All right, Jennifer did drop the link for Silver Hair Stacker. He is live. Let's go ahead and rate him. Tell him we sent you. Some things, big finds are awesome and keep personal use. I use my Sony projector at Goodwill for $5 and sold it worth $5,000. Wow. Sometimes if you need one too, this works really well. 11 o'clock a.m. Saturday live sale on my channel. Jerry. I have this weekend off. I hear that. I have a company coming today for lunch. I'm on Aaron Proctor, the ephemera guy, on Saturday. There you go. Put your things in the chat. Oh, yeah. Again, if anybody would like to come on after the show is over, you're more than welcome to reach out and click that link at the top of the chat and join me after the show. And Melinda, happy birthday again. Yep, Sweet Zane's birthday was this week. And so with that being said, don't forget to go and raid Silverhair Stecker Todd. As I say before, in each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day and great weekend. And hopefully you have some great sourcing. And until we meet again, later. Peace out. And y'all come back now, you hear?
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. See the special man.